close enough to being down?
Not yet, Captain. In 2 minutes. 158.
Now, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11,
Right.
11,
And most of
11, and then
amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's one louder, isn't it?
I'm switching to long-range sensors.
Warp 9.95.
He is approaching the threshold.
Engine output at maximum. Velocity. Warp 10.
Take us away from Romulus.
Warp factor 9.
I'm sorry I'm late. I was watching the first Enterprise on the holodeck. You know, Archer and those guys. What a story. Those guys had a long road getting from there to here. Right. Give me warp in the factor of 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, jazz.
I'm Captain Janeway. This is Lieutenant Tuva.
We are aware of your designations.
What's your designation?
7 of 9, tertiary adjunct of Unimatrix 01. But you may call me 7 of 9.
Deploy armor. Unable to comply. Ablative generator is offline.
Evasive pattern beta 6.
There are 5 lights. How many do you see now?
There are 4 lights.
Let me help. 100 years or so from now, I believe, a famous novelist will write a classic using that theme. He'll recommend those 3 words even over I love you.
He's intelligent, but not experienced.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Nerd Fights. Sorry we're late, but it's not my fault. It's actually not Danny's fault for once. This is 100% on Mr. Know-It-All. He's such a jerk. He made us wait for... Oh, wait, hold on a second. What? Dear Nerd Fights, the NAACP is proud that you have an African-American on the show. Potential lawsuits. Cease and desist. Okay. Never mind. This was our scheduled time. It's all good.
That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. No, legit. It was totally my fault because I was watching. I'll be very honest. We were watching The Boys. We just started late at the last episode, but we were just. So I apologize. I was like, literally, he's texting me, "What's your ETA?" And I'm like, "I'm at the end of it." He goes, "That's very vague." And I was like, "No, I got down here as quick as possible."
Well, you're worth being late for, buddy. Lord knows these guys have waited much longer for me in the past. So.
I appreciate it.
That is true.
Look at that. Where's that little guy on the side there? That's awesome. We got a little messenger thing going, showing all the...
So all the chat pops up there so you can see it. But you can still highlight by clicking on the other thing.
Oh, copy that. Right on, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. I like it.
But, they're giving us new toys to play with. We test different things out on different channels, you know.
I like it.
No. Yeah. So, now, this is something we weren't planning on talking about, but Danny didn't know about this. I'm going to assume, Mr. Know-It-All, that you did, because, you know it all. But Danny did not realize that Paramount is actually in the middle of a corporate merger, that they're being bought out by Skydance.
Skydance. When did this happen? Yeah, I don't know about this.
This has been going on for a little while, but the deal was just struck within the last few days.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
and so the one thing what it looks like is going to happen is, and by the way, in case nobody's noticed, there's a lot more CBS content on Netflix lately. And there's a reason for that, because it sounds like Skydance is going to shut down Paramount Plus, but continue to produce content for other streaming services.
Which makes sense. You make more money that way, licensing it out, you know?
Right.
See, I had heard that they were going to try to reorganize Paramount Plus into something a little different. Like right now, it's literally the catch-all for everything CBS and all the other stuff. And I thought they were going to do something with it, but I don't have exact numbers.
I've heard Paramount Plus has just been losing money hand over fist.
That's true.
I still can't wait to see Tulsa King season 2, though. I tell you what.
Right, but if you see Tulsa King season 2 on Netflix, is it going to really make that big a difference to you?
Not to me, because I finally got my Netflix for free from T-Mobile, baby. Yeah.
Wow.
But is it like the cheap version with commercials?
No, it's the second tier.
Okay.
Oh, got it.
So 720p.
You're special. Look at that.
Yeah.
And
But
only one device.
yeah. No. It's six devices.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But anyway, so if the deal is struck, it probably means we'll be seeing future Star Trek on Netflix.
Hey, that's where Star Trek used to live? So,
and I'm perfectly fine with that as long as we get more Star Trek. And in the one press release they had about the merger, they had this like one little shot, and I wish I had it handy because I don't have it in front of me, but it had a few things like collaged together, like 4 or 5 things collaged together that are CBS IPs, and one of them was Star Trek.
The Trek reviewer, like, who does? I mean,
No, but he's right. Actually, that's true. That's super true. I read a whole story about that.
Well, keep in mind, Skydance Pictures also has been the main production company behind the J.J. Kurtzman Orsi Star Trek films.
Yes.
And they have already committed to a new Star Trek film.
Yeah, I've heard about that forever.
No, this isn't Star Trek 4.
Oh, Star Trek Origins, that one? That's going to be mostly on Earth?
They have not announced anything about it. Anything you've heard is fan speculation.
Okay.
So we don't know anything about it except that it will not be a Chris Pine crew adventure. It could be a rebooted version of TOS like before. It could be a rebooted version of TNG for all we know. So who knows? But whatever.
Why don't they just make a new show that takes place after Voyager? How hard is that?
Actually, I told you my pitch, and I think my pitch would be the best Star Trek show that they could possibly do at this point.
What's that?
Do a show. Basically, it would be a direct sequel to Enterprise with Captain Mayweather as the primary lead. Because if you haven't seen him, he looks good right now. He'd be an awesome.
Well, black don't crack, baby. Come on.
Well, I'm just saying he does look. And by the way, I would also put Hoshi as the first officer.
Oh God, yes, please.
Shut up.
Hoshi's so fine.
Put it in your pants, all right?
Hoshi, you're so fine. You're so fine.
Hey, Hoshi.
But anyway, but then Mayweather something weird would happen in the pilot episode, and like all sorts of craziness going on. Then they get like an intruder alert. The episode ends with Mayweather opening up the quarters to where there's this intruder alert going on, and the last thing you see is like Mayweather shocked, right? So then episode 2, you open up with the NX-01 again with the same basic shot as the first one, except that it looks like the NX-01 as if it was made by Jeffries in the original series. And we go to the bridge, and the bridge looks like the TOS bridge, but same cast, right? So we have Captain Mayweather, First Officer Hoshi, and the rest of the crew going through something similar, except everything is TOS style. And at the end of that episode, same thing happens. They have an intruder alert. He rushes down to where the intruder alert is. The door opens. Look of shock. Cut to black.
Okay.
All right. So then when in episode 3, we find out the person behind the door in both of these realities was Daniels.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I like this idea.
I've long since then I would love to see a Time War series.
Right. And so Daniels is basically, he goes to Captain Mayweather and says, that the temporal Cold War is coming to a head. It's all revolving around something that's coming up very, very soon. And so, and basically the idea here, Ben, I'm all for something in between TOS and TNG. Honestly, I love the ships in that era, but the problem is the Star Trek timeline is so convoluted, and you know what they would, and you know what they would do? They would end up doing a show that they say takes place between TOS and TNG, but looks nothing like either one.
Yeah.
Right, like they did with Discovery,
actually. I remember you talking about this. I want a temporal Cold War show.
Yeah, if you do a show revolving around the temporal Cold War, and then the whole point of that show is to resolve the fact that everything looks so different on these different shows. And you can establish whatever timeline is moving forward, which would probably be the one that Strange New Worlds.
So kind of not so much as a reboot, but a reset.
Right.
I like that.
And so it's a way to establish a new Prime timeline and then move on from there. So then you can go to Strange New Worlds, and Strange New Worlds has already introduced Kirk. You can have Kirk take over the Enterprise, blah, blah, blah. You can do a new version of TNG if you want. Whatever you want to do, you've got all the material now. And you don't have to worry about canonical issues.
Let me answer this. Yo, Chico, I'm going to carve you up. There you go. That should answer your question, Stan.
Actually, Danny is a furry.
That was super obscure.
Oh, look at that, Stan. I just answered your question, and you spelled, Razor Ramon. It's my man. So I guess I would go with Harry. I like him hairy, like Drew McIntyre.
I told you he was a furry. I didn't even know the reference at all, but Danny is just a straight-up furry. And so
I am a chipmunk on the other show, so whatever.
Chipmunk.
Yeah, he's talking
the
about
tracker.
Basil the tracker.
Yeah. Give us a sniff, Danny. Yeah, see, that's definitely you.
What is happening?
I might know. I am furry.
No, you are a furry.
I am furry.
You already agreed with me. I said you were a furry, and you agreed with me. So it's too late. You can't take it back now.
Take backsies. Okay.
No backsies.
True. It's a true story.
So I am hopeful for the future of Trek, because with Skydance taking over Paramount, Skydance I think wants to make money. Paramount apparently didn't, and so maybe now they'll want to make money again.
I can see that.
And by the way, I think it would be a smart move to put Star Trek on Netflix. Because, you know what, all those normies that haven't been watching Discovery or any of the other new Star Trek shows because nobody's subscribing to Paramount Plus, well, guess what? You can introduce them to some cool new show that's actually good.
Yeah.
And Mr. Know-It-All just dropped off the face of the planet because he hates us.
Not at all. He's probably doing something. I hate when you do that to me. There's a reason when we turn our camera off,
Well, I know there's probably a reason, but he could at least go, "Hey guys, got a situation. I'll be right back."
No, see, whatever. I'm defending him because I do that all the time. But
you used to do it for very nefarious reasons.
Well, that is true. But we know he's not. So
no, we don't. Do we? He's the one that knows it all, not you.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh, there we go. See.
There we go. Better.
Yeah. Put your Star Trek swag on.
Yeah,
I should have worn my shirt.
I just realized I'm like, this is hold on a second. This is
now I want to put on my Captain James T. Kirk shirt because I have an authentic.
Yeah, I have a Deep Space Nine shirt.
Oh no. Am I forcing you guys?
No, I'm not getting up.
No, I'm not getting.
I got
I have to go all the way downstairs. And it's too hot for me to move that much.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, we are talking about Prodigy episodes 5, 6, and 7. I know it says 5, 6, 7, 8 on mine. That's because I was too lazy to change it. We meant to watch 8, but we forgot to. Actually, we just ran out of time because Dan.
We actually didn't run out of time. We were both like, okay, I've had enough. That's really what it was.
Well,
go to supportsalty.com and you can watch.
Don't spoil it for Mr. Know-It-All. He didn't know we hated it, except that he did. But
yeah.
Okay. So let's get right into it. So episode 5.
No, see, Stan already knew. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
What was the name of episode 5?
I don't.
I'm forgetting.
Really?
Yeah, it's that bad. Yeah. And they try to do a play on old.
We do a lot of that stuff. Everybody does.
Observer something.
Wow.
Yeah. Observer's Paradox. There it is.
Yeah.
So Observer's Paradox, something Voyager Galactica.
We got a super chat.
And Arabic, thank you. Hey, Salty, nice uniform, Mr. Know-It-All.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wow,
And
I never got compliments with super chats when I dressed up like Kirk. That's beat up.
that's because your Kirk outfit didn't look as good as his.
Wow.
It
Because
just
Kirk
looked-
didn't have a beard. I'd have to shave.
No, it's because, it looked like pajamas.
Dude, I spent good. I actually have the whole outfit: the boots, the pants, the communicator, the gun. Like I went. I've
The
shown you
gun?
the phaser,
The
whatever.
gun?
The phaser. Shut
How
up.
dare you, sir?
I know. The phaser.
I don't know. Mr. Know-It-All, should we even
How could you
allow...
not like my so? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because I was asked, should we even allow Danny to continue to be on the show?
Hush, as I said. Phaser. Give me a break.
It's okay. No, whatever. Blaster, phaser. I mean, gun. Just whatever makes you happy.
Oh, shut up. Yeah. Now whatever.
Next, he's going to be saying, kick in the hyperdrive, guys. We're going to light speed.
Okay.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Wrong show.
Well, that's the point. I'm
He's
saying
like, I
that's-
know. That's what I'm saying. He's like, come on, this guy.
All right, so Voyager is like, well, and I gotta say, all right, even though I don't particularly care for this redress of Voyager, I gotta
Why
give
do
it
you call it a redress?
because it's a ship that obviously looks similar to the Intrepid class.
Sure.
But they just jibbled it up.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
people
too...
could argue the Enterprise class looked a lot like the Constitution class.
Yeah, but that was a direct refit of the Constitution class.
I know. Well, then why they can take their? I'm just saying. I feel like that's literally just like something to peck at, just because.
Right,
All
well, here-
ships that
okay.
are an A are some derivative. I think. the
Right,
only
but
one
it's
ever
not. I'm
committed
not
was
picking on it because it's derivative. Okay, that
enough.
doesn't bother me.
Okay.
What bothers me is that it's jibbled up, that it looks more like something from Star Wars than Star Trek. It's made out of.
Really?
Yeah, it's got little things strutting out all over the ship. Look at it; it's bumpy. Star Trek ships are smooth.
It's bumpy.
Really?
Yes.
That looks like pajamas? That looks like pajamas?
Yes.
I want to
No, it
know.
doesn't.
Wait a minute. Where'd you get this picture of Robert De Niro wearing a Star Trek outfit?
That's me, man. That's
what's
me,
going on?
baby.
Yeah,
That's
but
me
you can
shaved.
tell. Look, first of all, you can tell the face is photoshopped on there.
No, it's not
Are you talking to
photoshopped.
me? Are we going on this away mission? Is that
What?
what's happening right now?
Robert De
Literally,
Niro. is-
you look like Robert De Niro. The face you're making in this picture looks like
Oh,
Robert De Niro.
okay.
I'm
the
like,
face.
I've never wanted to see Robert De Niro more as a Star Trek guy.
Yeah,
This is great.
Yeah,
Actually,
okay.
I got to tell you, your haircut is like spot on.
I know, man. I went all out. That was
Yeah,
that
no,
was
for real.
that was at a comic book shop costume contest.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
Did you win at least?
I was actually ineligible because technically I work for the comic book shop, but I don't. They're a client of mine. But I have the title marketing, director or internet marketing director.
No, I got you right on.
So they actually said, we would have had Danny win, but we didn't want to riot because they would have said the fix was in, blah 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 blah. So
I feel like he's taking Riot, and it's like literally a bunch of kids and like heavyweight old guys. It's like the two options right there. The young kids getting into it.
man, you'd be surprised. It's weird in Vegas. There's a lot of hot chicks. There's a lot of hot chicks at Cosmic Comics. A lot of hot chicks. It's crazy.
Comics. Wow.
Yeah. Shameless plug. Cosmic Comics in Las Vegas.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Flamingo Avenue, corner of Flamingo and Sand Hill. Largest
right,
comic book shop.
Danny!
Okay, sorry.
Can we get back to the show, please?
Yeah.
And Trek Reviewer has something just for you.
Danny just thought he looked more like Captain Ronald Tracy. No, come on, whatever. No,
What?
keep
Rough,
that
man.
in
It's
there.
rough.
100% true.
Oh, look at that. That's more. No, that's more like it. Thank you, Stan. Thank you. I'll
Really?
take that one. Yeah, I'll take that
Nice.
one. Yeah.
Well, he's just saying that because he hates Chris Pine.
I'll still take it. I don't care.
Yeah. So, I mean, look at this ship. It's got like little things bumping all over the place. And so,
Okay, I guess I get it.
Admiral's Law.
it looks more like the surface of an Imperial Star Destroyer.
I don't see any. What bumps are we talking about?
Well, like,
Do
okay,
you know-
so like if you look
the
carefully
ridges,
now,
like look at to the right of the, or it's really visible on the right side of the screen, right at the edge of the saucer.
You realize that by virtue of just actually having to explore this tightly to defend your argument, that I'm not going with it, right? Like it's
okay. Fine.
I'm like, where are we talking about?
He's a jerk. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Ariel, hey girl, what's up? I hope you're doing well. You know, my my donation link is in my description. You don't give Salty
Danny,
no money. Don't give him no money.
Don't give him no money.
You're not helping me. You know. I'm driving to South Carolina tomorrow for my aunt's.
Okay, fine, Ariel. You can. I guess you can. Give it to Salty this week. Yeah. Seriously though, I hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a while.
Why do you always sound like Han Solo when he's trying to tell the Imperials everything's fine up here? How are you? When you talk to her, hey, what's going on? Everything's fine. We're good.
We're good.
Good to see you, Ariel.
Had a slight weapons malfunction.
That's literally how it sounds. I'm like, why is this the most awkward exchange ever? All right, so go on. Let's watch Nubby Bumpy Ship.
So Nubby Bumpy Ship is approaching the anomaly.
The
what I was trying to
spatial anomaly in Star Trek. I'm totally down.
Well,
that's all they did on Voyager. I mean, the best line in all of Voyager was from season 1 when Neelix said, "These guys want to go home, but they stop and explore every deadly anomaly they find along the way."
Whoa, Ariel, what part of Nevada, baby?
Really?
Hey, I'm newly single, man. And she's been flirting with me for like a year now. Come on.
That's right. That means she's deserves better than being the rebound girl.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Ariel. I'm looking out for your virtue, baby.
Yeah. And Danny, you need to wait at least a year, and you know it.
Jokes, man. These are jokes. Chill. Call me.
It all starts out as jokes and games.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. So they're exploring the anomaly.
Yeah, but what I was trying to say before so rudely interrupted by Mr. Know-It-All is that...
I think it was me, but
wait,
actually...
What's that? What I was trying to say before so rudely interrupted by Danny is that as much as... Even though I'm not a big fan of this design of the ship, they still are doing a good job as far as their space shots. The lighting, the ship angles, stuff like that is pretty good. Except for whenever they show the Infinity, because that ship is just ugly.
Okay, so that literally looked like it belonged in Spaceballs. Like it was an RV in space. I will give you that, absolutely. Yeah. I'm like, that's what you put the cloaking device on. What are we doing?
So we start with... Why are we highlighting Danny's comments?
I didn't even know Danny could comment.
Oh, anybody can comment.
Oh, nice.
I didn't want to interrupt you, so I was just doing the stuff I would normally say out loud to her in the chat, and then I was just highlighting.
How about you
for the
stop
others.
trying desperately to? You really look like if you're that desperate, get out your credit card and head to Pahrump.
Thanks, Tim. Good to see you, bud. Well, it's true though. Everybody thinks that prostitution's legal in Vegas. It's not. You have to go to Pahrump.
That's right.
To the Bunny Ranch. Not that I know this from experience.
One of the longest running establishments in the world.
Oh, my man. No. So hey, you've been there. So which do you like? The garden room better?
No, I'm actually a fan of Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, which had an entire episode located.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, totally. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Forgive us, sir.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I thought, why am I seeing Salty in two places? Put your arms above your head, Salty.
Yeah, do that for us.
That looks exactly like the pose you should be in.
Salty Tracker don't like what you're saying.
That's awesome.
All right. Anyway, so they're interviewing these guys, trying to find out what happened in the last episode, and
there's me clearly.
Yeah, that does kind of look like you.
I was gonna say you're just like this.
But Danny's struck in Star Wars land sniffing people.
That's right.
So
That's awesome.
at least we're in the right universe.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
So they're all talking about, you know, what happened, blah blah blah. Nobody cares. Murph, and this is something I said while we were watching this. Maybe you can answer this, Mr. Know-It-All, because if you know it all, this would be the question for you to answer.
Sure, sure.
How the F is Murph in Starfleet when nobody can talk to him?
Hold on, I'm sorry. He is not only in Starfleet, but he is a security hopeful.
Yes.
Okay. Which
don't even get me started about the hopeful crap. If I hear hopeful one more time on this show, because they are effing cadets.
I know, totally.
SupportSalty.com.
You don't
get the distinction. I was like, why? I will admit,
there is no distinction. A hopeful would be someone who has not yet applied and is waiting. But they've all applied and they're in. They're on a freaking mission.
You know how many times I had to hear this Tuesday? Like it was
terrible. But Murph, how did Murph fill out an application?
Very carefully. And what are you talking about? This episode gives us exactly who can talk to him.
Right. You know that which is
partially. But the thing is, But the thing is, they had to discover that he could talk to Dory from Finding Nemo, right?
No, it was Gracie. Remember, the name of the whale was Gracie.
It wasn't. It was Jillian.
That's right. It was Jillian.
Oh, it was Jillian. Yeah,
total send up of Star Trek 4.
4. Yeah, that's why I said Gracie. I got it mixed up. Gracie's the whale from Star Trek.
This show is literally littered with Easter eggs, and you're telling me that you guys don't like it.
No, because
Danny's the one that thinks the show is good just because of Easter eggs, not me.
No. Well, typically in the past, but this member berries don't make it good. You know what I mean?
Wow. This from the guy who thought that last night's episode was the pièce de résistance.
Yeah. Aravic, what you're thinking of is the uncanny valley, just to answer that. As far as Murph, it's bad enough that they suddenly forget what a cadet is or, any of that. They don't have to be hopeful. They could be hopeful that they graduate, but they don't have to be hopeful that they get into the academy when they're already on a mission. But Murph literally can't communicate. At this point, Murph has never successfully communicated with anybody.
That's not true. I thought I don't know about you, but I think he has communicated things. Now, if you mean had he spoken to people?
Well, he's kind of given the idea like, okay, I like this, I don't like this, just by his body language and stuff. But
I understood him.
How could he give informed consent to applying for Starfleet Academy?
Sure.
How? What is that? Yeah,
I'm consenting.
No. You see, the problem with that is, how do you know he understands?
Well, he's clearly good at using the computer system, so chances are he could probably just type out the response.
Except then why doesn't he?
Because he's too
when
busy
they're trying to
the phaser.
They literally have
all
him.
You needed security.
They literally have him get in a pool with a whale so that they can write down one letter at a time. So if he could have written down the letters, why did he need to get in the pool with the whale?
My whole thing is when he got in the pool, I was somewhat concerned. I was like, "Aren't you gelatinous? Aren't you?"
Right?
Yeah, he should have dissolved.
Yeah.
You know what would have been great? Best show ever if Jillian had just swallowed Murph whole.
That's hilarious.
And that was the last we ever saw of Murph.
Why are you so mean? Well,
what are you eating?
A candy bar.
That's not fair.
Don't. God, see, you know what? Actually,
no, nothing. Go ahead. We're good.
Yeah. See, this is
I
kind of.
want a candy bar now.
It's not just me that you do this to. This is nice having. I love this.
No, I deserve a candy bar.
After a long day of talking about Star Trek, I like a milk.
You know what? I'm gonna join you here. No. Here we go.
No, wait, Danny. Wait, because I have this that says that Mr. Know-It-All has special rights and privileges because... Oh, I can't say that. Yeah, if I say that, I get in trouble. He could say that, but I can't say that. Sorry. I'm not reading that. No.
So
I don't care if BLM is a real thing. I'm not reading this.
I can't
Okay.
have mine. I can't. Okay, fine.
No, you can't.
Okay.
It clearly says that yeah, it's a because we have had our candy bars for over 200 years.
Can I tell you why I actually do? Real quick, can I answer that question? I actually do like
Brian is always asking. Brian always asks great
I
questions.
do like these uniforms, not because they're good, because actually they're not very good. I like them because when I was younger, when I first joined Starfleet International, I had my grandmother make me a uniform, and I told her, I said, hey, it's like Star Trek the movies and Star Trek Next Generation. She watched both, and guess what I got? I got a gold uniform that had a flap over, and I was like, I'm wearing it. My grandma made me handmade me a uniform. So I was wearing these before they existed. So I'm like, okay.
Hey, I showed my picture. You got to show yours next time. I want a
one?
picture.
I'll
This uniform with your
Yes,
grandma made uniform. You know?
I actually have it somewhere. I haven't seen it in a while. I got to find it. I do have it. It's like way deep in the archive here, but I will find it.
I just like that these uniforms actually do look like TNG era uniforms.
Yeah.
You know, that they didn't try to go too. I don't like the cadet uniforms at all.
I like last season's cadet uniforms a lot better.
Last
These
season's
got
cadet
all
uniforms looked like Starfleet cadet uniforms. This season's looks like a freaking cheerleader squad.
Well, you did notice, if you noticed.
The Garden Spot of SETI Alpha 6 has said, Yaphet is better than Murph. Gee, I wonder who that could be, Mercer.
Well, you know, Murph is definitely derivative of Yaphet.
No, he's not, because Murph is far better. Yaphet is derivative of a pile of crap.
Hey.
Actually, no, I take that back. Yaphet is a pile of boogers.
Super.
And Ariel says Danny can eat candy, food for tonight. Money says so. Well, that's true. So Danny,
thank you, Ariel. You know what? It was almost worth you not giving me the $10 so I can eat and feel salty.
Wow, you're such a jerk.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
So anyway, but no,
I'm gonna
All right, Danny, not
She
right
paid
in.
no. She
didn't
$10.
pay for the audio.
She loves my. She loves my ASMR.
No. She did not pay for any ASMR. She needs to pay. No. You stop. I will mute you. She needs to pay extra if she wants ASMR of that.
All right.
No. Not after the fact. You should have put it in your super chat.
Send him $1 or whatever the lowest amount is.
No. I ain't letting you do that for $1. I'd buy that for $1. So.
But you were saying, go ahead, about the
yeah, sorry.
stuff.
Well, no, I agree that
something that makes us different from a lot of shows, Mr. Know-It-All, is we actually do interact with our chat. So sometimes that's why it's probably going to take us 2 hours to review 60 minutes worth of footage.
We're probably not going to even get through it all.
Yeah.
Mercer, how did you know that was you? Because you were because you said Yaphet is better than Murph.
Because yeah.
Because you idolize the Orville.
Super chat.
Oh, you gotta let it happen now, buddy.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Just for all extra, Ariel, I got you too. Both of us together.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. This is.
I'm sorry. This just got rough. I can't even listen. I gotta mute myself.
Oh, I'm turning my.
I did mute myself, by the way.
All right, Danny, it's not that good.
One in the corner. I can't hear it. Wave me down when he's done.
She paid $10 for this.
Like, why are you filleting the candy? Please stop.
Because she paid money for this.
Well, he can't hear us right now, so once he can hear us, then I'll.
Oh God.
His facial expressions are killing me.
Oh, I hope this was worth every penny for you, Ariel.
Oh, come on, Danny. Hurry it up. We got to get going.
I got one more bite. Come on. Oh, I lied. I have 2 more bites.
I don't even know what he's eating. What, is that one of those fiber bars?
I don't know what it is. If it is a fiber bar, I hope it kicks in soon.
No, it's not. Hold up.
No, Danny, really, this is getting to be a little too much.
It's terrible, but it is.
She loves this.
I think I want to rethink,
okay. Enough.
rethink being on the show.
All right. This is a
All right, you
Nature's
can
Valley.
come back on, Mr. Know-It-All.
This is what I was eating.
All right, hey, what's up, guys?
So I don't know what that is, and I don't care.
Nature Valley.
And there we go. That's a super chat right there.
Super chat. That's $2.
Yes,
that's literally a tenth of what she gave. No.
Yes, I know, but it was
you get
to
more. That's insulting. Sorry. I throw it away.
So I was trying to answer what Mr. Know-It-All was asking. The reason he was fellaciating the candy bar is because of his date with that man-woman.
I wasn't sure if you could actually hear me or not. I was like, does it mute me also or no? I couldn't tell. So I'm glad.
No, we could hear you the whole time.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that's there you go. That's what Danny sounds like when he's with another man. Just so now everybody knows.
Right, no. If you want to know what that sounds like, I can run downstairs, grab a popsicle for $50 super chat. I'm just kidding. I don't have a popsicle. Don't do it.
Otherwise, we'll send you to the store.
Yeah.
If somebody did super chat that, I would make you go to the store.
Get to the store, sir. Take the 15. Let's go.
Take the 15.
I don't have no. Then I'd never be back. I would just run around the corner to the grocery store. Nice. Which actually is like.
I want to know what's it called. Which one? What do you have around the corner?
Albertsons.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know they still had any of those available.
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah. Right on, man.
Well, they just don't exist in the South.
How about you, Salty? What's around the corner?
What's around the corner?
Yeah, just
like grocery store wise.
Name any place to shop around the corner.
The closest grocery store to us is Publix.
We have Kroger. We have a Publix also, but
we have Kroger and further in town. But
we have Smith's, which
and
sells Kroger products. So
I don't care if Tom Cruise is hanging upside down from a biplane with a helicopter underneath him, because that just sounds like it's Thursday.
True story.
You're talking about Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, ridiculous stunt, not surprised. There is nothing Tom Cruise could do that would surprise me. Well, maybe gay porn. That would surprise me. But
that actually would not surprise me at all.
Well, I don't know what the Scientologists think on that stuff, but Anyway, back to the show.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I'm just helping you. I'm just helping you get money for your gas that you need.
We're in supermarkets talk today.
Albertsons and I hadn't heard about Albertsons and Kroger. Now Kroger did buy out Fred Meyer.
No, I don't.
But that was a while ago.
We don't have Kroger's on the West Coast. We have Ralph's and Smith's, but they're owned by Kroger. So, if you buy generic
Kroger
stuff,
is the world's largest producer of generic products. By the way, if you buy a generic, even if it's not in a Kroger affiliated store, it was probably manufactured by Kroger. They they are entirely in the copyright violation of food business.
That's fair enough.
All for it. I'm all about that cheap food.
Dude, so same here. I'm sorry.
But I just think it's funny because, I haven't lived in Portland for, 10 years. But when I was in Portland, I still have my Fred Meyer rewards card.
Wow.
Okay. Which, who cares? But I can scan this thing in any Kroger and it works.
Nice.
And so, I love looking at the look on employees' faces when I hand them a card that said Fred Meyer, and they're like, so trust me.
You see
Meyer?
You see the guy on the left down there? That was Salty. Well, I made him listen to while Ariel made him listen to my ASMR.
Yeah.
That's what that was. It's like, oh.
Yep, pretty much. And now Mercer is trying to say Yaphet rules. Look, I get it. You worship the Orville, and I don't know how Mr. Know-It-All feels about the Orville, but
I love the Orville. So the Orville scratched an itch I needed at the time before because we weren't getting anything along those lines.
Yeah,
I was like, this is This is next gen all day.
It is. No, seasons 1 and 2 we love. Season 3.
To my wife, I was like, this was literally what.
Yeah,
what
but
was
I
looking
hated
for.
season 3.
Yeah, I
That's
did
the
too.
thing.
We both did. We hate watched it basically.
I didn't like the Orville by season 3. They went all
You
dark
realize-
and nihilistic.
You realize how like amazing it is that a show only took 3 seasons to reach. Oh my God, they're totally ruining canon, and breaking it. It's an injustice level.
Yeah, that is a record, I think.
That shows how what a good show it was.
No, seasons 1 and 2 are great science fiction. I love them.
I wouldn't go that far. I think here's the thing. Seasons 1 and 2, the reason that I admit I enjoyed it, but I think the reason I enjoyed it was because my only alternative was Star Trek Discovery. And at the time, it looks and kind of feels like TNG, but when you really pay attention to it, it's like, TNG's like, we're a liberal show, and Orville's like,
hold my beer.
Yeah. And I didn't care for the overt politics.
Yeah, right. What Stanley's saying right there.
I didn't catch many over politics.
You see, that's the funny thing. On my first watch through, neither did I. Go back and watch through it again, thinking about politics, and holy crap!
Didn't we cover that? Was that? I know I covered it with somebody. Was it you or the Salty Nerds?
Especially with the Bortus and.
Well, there's Bortuses. There's everything having to do with Bortus.
But that episode was so amazing. I told my wife, I said, "This is what TNG used to be," because that is for a show that's
except that it's too on the nose. That's the problem.
No, but it was so like that. The way they used to do a lot of stuff. Some of it was ham-fisted, some of it wasn't. But
right, but the problem is Orville was all ham-fisted.
No, seasons 1 and 2 were not.
I don't know, man. My wife and I loved the fact that they had to get rid of the security officer. We still say, "Can I open a jar of pickles in this house?" Still.
Yeah.
My wife would say to me, she's like, "You want to open this jar of pickles?"
You want to open this jar of pickles?
Why? What does that have to do with it?
That's the joke.
That's the joke. Remember?
No. I know the jar of pickles joke. I'm saying the fact that they had to get rid of that security officer, you're making it sound like that was some kind of.
It was sad.
It was sad, but it's
to the political bias.
The reason she left was because she
was screwing Seth, and then they broke up.
And then they broke up. Yeah.
Because Seth doesn't like working with his exes.
I want to let all of our watchers and people in the chat know that today's show is brought to you by Adderall, because this is ADHD theater, and we need to be on it.
And by the way, so and it's a good thing that Gene Roddenberry wasn't like Seth and getting rid of all the people he screwed, because there'd be no women on TOS.
That's true. And back to Prodigy, trying to reel us back in, guys. Come on.
Hold on. You were guys trying to reel us back in?
Yeah, Mr.
We got paid. No, that was for a super chat, by the way.
But you didn't have to go for frickin' 20 minutes.
I didn't even go half the time she paid for.
She didn't tell you to deep throat all of Hidden Nature Valley.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, look at this. Just for you. Read that, Salty.
I do appreciate it. And yes, I will. You know what? If we can, we're going to stop at a Buc-ee's on the way. And not because, man, their sandwiches.
Amazing.
Oh, their sandwiches. I would do an entire live stream just eating a Buc-ee's sandwich. That.
And you're going to give me crap for eating a candy bar for 2 minutes?
Yeah, because your candy bar was crap compared to a sandwich from Buc-ee's.
It's true.
Yeah, Buc-ee's is overrated. I said it.
Have you ever been to one?
Yeah, I have.
Did you actually get a sandwich?
In Texas. They're all, no, but I did.
All right, then shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Did you guys hear about this?
Oh, Bob Newhart passed?
I did not hear about that. Oh,
yeah, man. That's like.
I hate that people do that. Look, Mercer, I love you. Don't get me wrong. But why does everybody have to put R.I.P. and some celebrity in my chat?
It does happen every time.
Because don't all you old guys know each other? I don't know.
You are older than dirt, Salty. So there's that.
Once in a while, bro, I gotta hit back. Once in a while, I can't leave. Danny can't be the only punching bag. I'm just saying.
You know, Mr. Know-It-All.
He goes, "This is my channel. Get you up."
Danny is the one that invited you on the show,
and I love him for it.
I was against it because we already had a third host one time. It didn't work out that well, and now you're what?
This just in.
You are a welcome addition to
It'd be
the
even
Nerd
funnier.
Fights crew. Thank you so much for joining us.
One of these days, it'd be even funnier if you had your wife like just off screen, but wearing a T-shirt and have her hand it to you. That would be hilarious. That would be even better.
So funny.
Yeah.
By the way, Ariel, no, I did try, but I could not compete with Danny. He was it was truly a performance.
Yeah, it was almost better than sex.
Danny wants to go smoke a cigarette now. He's
That
like,
wasn't a performance.
I am vaping, by the way,
Nice.
so it's close enough.
So
anyway,
maybe we should actually get back to the show.
So again, Murph is putting his or its or whatever their life in danger by being in Starfleet security, and yet cannot give informed consent, and in fact cannot even say, like, so help me God. Can't take how do you take an oath? How do you freaking take an oath if you can't talk to anybody? Yeah, exactly. And this is the difference. And
oh my God! Did you just get attacked by a cat?
No, that's
no, that's his.
This is not a cat.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I didn't even see it. I swear. I looked down and there was something like wrapped around your neck. I couldn't tell what it was. Forgive me. Look at that guy. Look at him. Actually, look at her.
So here's how committed I am. Meet to Pring.
Hey, that's awesome. Way to go.
Note the ears.
My former captain of the USS Starquest had Lieutenant Tasha Yar, and she was a little Yorkie.
Okay.
Who wore the gold outfit and everything, and had blonde hair cut like Tasha Yar's. And I was like, "Are you kidding right now?"
So,
blue bangs and all.
Well, I don't know if you'll get this reference because Salty doesn't, but my cat his name is Goku because he's got blue eyes and bright blonde hair.
It's so cool.
Except, isn't Goku cool. No more?
Goku's
you really
at my.
are, by the way, ADHD brain tonight. Wow, it just hit me.
Now we're just talking about pets.
I just saw it happen.
Yeah.
That was my fault. I'm sorry.
This is going to be, the best part is we could just save this video that we're trying to scroll through for next week. I won't have to do any work.
We won't and we won't have to watch any more of this terrible show.
Speaking of which, since we're on full ADHD mode right now,
yes.
Next Wednesday we will be reviewing some Prodigy like we're trying to do now. And then there will not be a Nerd Fights on Thursday, although I may do a solo stream if I have the energy. And then next Friday, we are going to have the Deadpool Mega Spectacular review.
Yes.
And
we're all taking Thursday off to watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
True. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, for 3 different time zones, we're all actually seeing it at the same time.
I think so.
Pretty much, yeah.
You guys are telling me.
Well, no, you're seeing it later because I'm seeing it really early, and you're seeing it really late.
I'm seeing it at 3 my time, which is 6 your time.
Got it. I don't know why I thought we were like 8, 9.
And I'm seeing it at 3 my time, which is 4 your time.
See, I just missed that, man. When that thing ran, I clearly, because I got the soonest I could.
Well, you see, I have the best wife ever because, by the way, I didn't know you could do this because I heard you mention the AMC app, so I assumed yes. So are you like the A+ or you just Stubs?
No, we're the A+. We do
okay.
I watch too many of these things. I have to.
No, me too. Yeah. My wife and I go see a movie every Friday.
Yeah, it pays 100% for itself in like 2 or 3 movies done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you go to Salty and Pepper here on YouTube, you can see our reactions to said movie.
Or if you go to former sponsor of the show, Criticalist, and check out Salty's channel, you can see him and his wife's reviews.
The links to all our videos are in our Criticalist. Yeah. But the which I still haven't put up the review we did for that Long Legs. Weirdest movie ever made.
You saw that? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's weird.
That's so
it
crazy.
Is so weird. But anyway, but yeah, so what you can go to the AMC app and set it so that it will alert you when tickets go on sale for a movie you care about.
That's awesome.
And so my wife does that with all the movies. Every now and then my wife will just like scroll through the coming soon. Hey, do we want to see this? Yeah, okay. And then she'll mark it, and that way we make sure we get good seats.
Nice. Yeah, I'm literally doing that right now. I mean, sorry, after the show.
Like we bought our tickets for Alien Romulus because they went on sale and.
Am I the only one who wants to start collecting like popcorn buckets? Where was this crap when we were fans early on?
I know, right?
I would have loved a Star Trek 6 popcorn bucket.
Right? Oh my God, that would have been awesome.
It would have been amazing. Bro, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hold on. I actually went so far, like, I didn't mess around. I said, I went to the Ghostbusters one. I was like,
Oh, that one's so dope.
I had to.
They only had the Slimer one at
Well-
mine, and I didn't like the Slimer one.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold your beer.
Now we're doing the popcorn.
Okay,
Man.
you've seen the shill box.
Yes.
What you don't know,
Oh, look at that. That's so
Doctor
dope.
Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, y'all. So
Very
yes.
cool. Right on, man. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah,
Hey,
the Alien Romulus one looks dope. That's why I said something. Sorry.
Mother has spoken, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Although I'm really, that Wolverine popcorn bucket.
Hey, both of you, read.
Okay, sorry.
read.
Yes.
Mother
Sorry, Mom.
has spoken.
And so, all right. So again, Murph is being interviewed by them when nobody can talk to him.
Right on. Okay.
I don't get it.
I'm alive because of them.
Who would play?
Not me.
I'm just trying to move things along.
Stop,
Sorry.
Daddy.
Okay, all right.
All right, so blah, 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 blah. They're like, oh, this is so sad. They're going to shut down the anomaly. What can we do? Blah,
And
blah,
they
blah,
come-
blah.
That's
Huh?
right. They come up with a cockamamie scheme.
Yes, and their cockamamie scheme is to first. Well, actually, no. That's the next episode. This episode,
Sorry.
they're just trying to figure out what the secret message meant.
Yeah,
and
That's right.
what, and so they figure Murph knows because
Okay, look,
Murph
I'm just
drew.
listen, I'm going to jump ahead. The secret message is eat at Joe's.
It should be.
What does that mean?
Oh man.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. So seeing... Okay, look. Say what you want. It's fine.
Cetacean Ops?
Cetacean Ops has been one of those, like, inside jokes. And when they first did it in Lower Decks with the dolphins, I was like, oh, that's so clever. This felt a little extreme, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, my
Once
question
they
is,
said Jillian was the
Yeah.
name, I was all about it.
but here's my problem with Cetacean Ops. And again, I know, don't tell me it's a kid's show because they also say it's freaking canon. So that and one thing I was trying to say earlier, but you guys got into your fellatiating and all that. But this is the difference between a science fiction show for kids, Star Trek: The Animated Series, and a kids show. This is a kids show. This is This is a dumbed down Star Trek.
I disagree completely. I disagree completely. I'm sorry, how many dumbed down Star Treks do you know are talking about space-time ziggurats, which, by the way, are coming up?
Space-time what?
Ziggurats. Like actual...
I don't know what a
theory
ziggurat
is.
is.
It's a conjunction between two nexus points in time.
Oh,
And it's a
okay.
theory that's been run through actual sci-fi other places. My point is, like, they go deep. That's almost like saying Avatar: The Last Airbender, because it was on Nickelodeon, was a kid's show.
No, I'm saying
They're
this is a
telling-
kid's show
they're telling
because
amazing stories.
because they're running around. Oh, I feel bad. Don't feel bad. We can all hug. And now now we're better.
I'm sorry.
No,
You do
this
not-
is so
I assume
far in
this
the
means that
future,
you
that's
missed
impossible.
Voyager at any time, because there was.
I
so
hated
much of that-
Voyager.
Oh,
He
okay, well,
hates
that
he
explains
hates
it.
Voyager, by the way.
I liked
Yeah.
all the 25th century stuff. I liked. Voyager
24th
got good-
century.
Sorry, it got good after its third season. That's correction. Pretty much when 7 of 9 showed up, it became interesting.
Yeah. You just hated one of the best shows.
I got to see The Rock wrestle her. Okay?
Right? Yes, he gave her the rock bottom and
One of the-
everything.
and turned around with the eyebrow. I was
With the
like,
eyebrow,
wow.
yeah, dude. Yeah.
I was a wrestling kid at that time, so that
Yeah.
was total peak for me.
I thought that
Yeah.
was so dumb.
Of course you did.
Of course you did. You weren't a wrestling fan.
Sure, you are so much nicer than I am. Were you? Tell me the truth. You're one of the guys who protested the Next Generation coming out, weren't you?
I didn't protest, but I didn't like it.
There it is. Okay, totally fair.
And don't get me wrong, I was excited about the idea of there being a Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Right on.
I didn't like it when I saw Encounter at Farpoint.
No offense, the counter Farpoint was horrible.
Right, and I was like, well, it's got to get better. Naked Now.
The best.
Well,
stuff they
it's
did
got to
was-
get better than that. Code of Honor.
Code of Honor.
Those-
Yeah, Code of Honor was pretty bad.
Oh, come on. You're going to defend Code of
No,
Honor? You,
no.
of all the people on this panel, you're going to defend Code
That's one of the worst.
Code of Honor.
You can make people without souls?
Oh, Ben, you must have missed it. Stan
that
and I
so
already
much.
had the wrestling talk earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. All right,
Yeah.
so let's get back to Joe.
I'm
and
sorry,
the,
but TNG
Space
season
Mouse
1 was a train wreck.
They really were.
Yeah. But anyway, so my problem with this Cetacean Opso, and again, like I said, don't give me the kids show excuse. This is supposed to be canon. How is there
Agreed.
enough room for
That's what I said.
whales to be swimming around in a... I mean, this tank has got to be hundreds of billions of gallons of water.
I'm not worried about the water part because we have all kinds of sciencey stuff about gravity and moving things.
Right.
I'm just like just the sheer like size of the decks and are you telling me she's fragile enough not to bump into something?
Right.
just
Well, that's
crash
the thing.
through a
That
few
she
decks
has.
and
She's a
floors?
freaking whale. She needs to have room to swim around in.
A little bit.
You know, and I mean, the room she would need to swim around with and is bigger than the ship. I mean,
True.
if you think about it, like a human to be comfortable would need at least, like, say, a 10-foot by 20-foot room. Right,
Maybe
for
it's
their-
like
for their
that
quarters.
tortoise thing from that Doctor whatever show, you know?
Doctor whatever show?
Yeah, doesn't it have something called a tortoise?
The TARDIS?
A what? A TARDIS? A TARDIS. Yeah. Okay. Isn't it like supposed to be bigger on the inside, that thing?
Yes.
Maybe it's like that.
I don't think so. I don't think we've learned the magic of folding dimensions yet, but I got you.
But I know you don't give a crap about good Star Trek, but in Enterprise, they actually did recover a ship that was bigger on the inside.
Oh my God, you're right. That's right. No,
So,
I remember. I do remember hearing about that. I didn't see it, but I do remember hearing about that.
and of course, on Discovery, they have a freaking roller coaster for their turbo lifts.
Yeah, that's funny.
Aren't all turbo lifts? Turbo lifts can go any direction you want.
Yes, but have you not seen the what the turbo lift looks like in Discovery?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it looks like a
Like the giant open cavern with like thousands of feet in every direction somehow.
Aravic, that's because I've never seen a single episode of Doctor Who?
I hate
Doctor
you.
Wow, that was so bad, dude.
That was terrible.
Sorry.
Bad acting.
Yeah.
All right, so go on.
Anyway. So the whales. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you know, even though I don't like Voyager as a show, I recognize that the symbol was from his stone. You know, before they did that, so you know, that I'll give them that. It's a nice little bit of continuity, except that you know, it wasn't a star map before. It was,
But it wasn't not a star map before. Because if you look at it, it's fairly accurate to the thing.
Yeah.
They've just given it a reason and a purpose for being. I mean, it looked just like that in the show.
And by the way, they spent this whole episode talking about a spiral nebula when they're clearly looking at a spiral galaxy. And that's pissing me off too.
Wow.
Because
we talked about that in the watch along. And I agree.
You
with
could be at least you know what? I understand that most of the science on Voyager is complete BS. But if you're going to do a kids show, at least try to, if you're going to say some stuff, make it accurate so the kids can learn something. Because I could just see some kid watching this and then seeing a picture of the Milky Way and go, "Look, a spiral nebula," you know. Although, fun fact, originally galaxies were in fact called nebulas because that's what they thought they were until they discovered they were galaxies.
We live in a day and time that nerds don't have to worry about getting beat up anymore. But I feel like if any nerd showed up and said, "Look, a spiral galaxy," they would get their butt kicked.
So, Mr. Know-It-All, I know you're new. This was an old running gag, but it's actually not. I've been in this chair since 4 o'clock because I was on a previous show.
Oh, it's pee time.
It is. I'll be right back. But you guys carry on. I'm sure it'll
Danny
be
has
entertaining.
the worst. You know, I'm older than dirt, and Danny has a bladder that can't go more than an hour.
True story.
You know, I think he should see a doctor.
He may have a prostate problem. We don't know.
Yes. Well, I mean, clearly
we're kidding.
You can't say his prostate is where no man has been before, so you know.
True story.
Yeah. They want their nerd. They would have their nerd card. Oh yeah, if you said, "Look, it's a spiral nebula," when you said,
Absolutely.
yeah. And so that I'm just saying, you know what? Like this is something they did on Star Trek: The Animated Series, which I know you didn't care for, but while
But
the
I saw
show,
them. I watched them. I'm a
right,
Trek.
the show was simplified a bit, but they had their math actually and stuff actually make sense.
Well, a lot of episodes are written by the same writers, so they didn't have a lot of money to be.
I know, but they would actually do things like say, Spock, isn't it true that if you take an electrical charge and apply it to the, and they'd be like, well, yes, Captain. And it would be an accurate thing they were saying.
Right on.
And so if you're going to do a show that is specifically for kids and it's a sci-fi show, you should put some accurate science information in it. I'm just saying. That's,
Fair enough.
If you go my mission log, some kids are watching this. I feel sorry for those kids.
Stop it.
You know what it is? They're like, look, Mom, Clone Wars.
I hate you so much.
And
You're
the
worst.
irony is, of
You're the
course,
worst.
Star Wars is now doing a live action version of this show.
Skeleton Crew, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue that hopefully the premise. I don't know. It's unfortunate that the log line sounds almost identical.
Right.
But
a group of misfits find a ship and go on adventures.
Sounds very Prodigy-like.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
But it
led
has
by
what-
Jude Law and it's live action.
Yeah. So it would be great if Kate Mulgrew was in it.
This felt like, so real quick, to try to take us back, this episode felt like a filler episode all day. Especially because the discovering of the clue and everything else should not have taken as long as it did. And at most, that should have been the B plot. You know, remember how in TNG they used to the command
They would
crew
always
is
do an
working
A
on
and B
thing.
plot, yeah.
While the command crew's working on that very boring thing, we're going to go back to Worf and his son, or we're going to go back to whoever coming up with something else, and then we'll come back to that. And they didn't do that here.
Right, and the thing is, I feel like the only reason to watch this episode is because Jellicoe's in it.
Bro, anything Jellicoe's in is worth it because that man can do no wrong.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, I mean, amazingly, Ronnie Cox is not dead. So way to go.
Shut up. There's too many people this week who went. I'm like, Ronnie, stick around a little longer, please.
We got to get another season of Prodigy in, buddy. So, although I got to say, I think my favorite.
Yes, Stanley. Yes, it is. It's the original guy.
Yes, that is Ronnie Cox.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I'm tied because Ronnie Cox has two roles that I absolutely love. RoboCop, of course, and Total Recall.
Yeah. Amazing in both.
Yeah.
Amazing. They don't make movies like that anymore.
No. Because they're too masculine.
No, they're too busy making sequels to everything else. Jesus, show these.
I mean, they do, but they also are too masculine.
Right on.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You can't. Both of those shows, or both those movies, are man good because he be manly.
That's awesome.
So. And yes, Jellicoe was the best. I don't think the best captain the Enterprise has ever had, but he was the best captain that TNG ever had.
True that. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
So,
So they discover the secret code is feed me, and they all hug, and they're So sorry, not feed me, find me, same thing, and they destroy the wormhole, and the end.
The end. Well, because honestly, you're right. There's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, this is like the worst.
It's a filler episode.
Yeah, because especially when
it's terrible. I'm sorry. We'll get into better episodes. I hope as we go.
I know you love this show. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Okay,
but...
I don't love it, but because I'll be honest, I didn't want it at first. I thought the very first season, I was like, I don't know what this garbage is. Why is there no? Because again, when they got away from what I knew, which was episodic, a crew that I can wrap my arms around, a ship that anything like the normal stuff, I was like, what are we doing? And then I cracked the code on what Discovery is, whether you like it or not, and then which is that it's about her only. Once I knew that, I was able to go, okay, fine, now I can go with you because my brain's not stopping every 5 seconds. But now this show did the same thing, and then it turns out that they're just we're seeing it through the eyes of the aliens we normally are helping.
Right. Well, but you see, the problem, and I will tell you, I'm not interested in a show about aliens. I'm really not. I want to see the future of humanity. That's what Star Trek has always been about. Aliens are there, but aliens are not the core of the Federation. In fact, especially like in TOS, they would always refer to Federation ships as Earth ships. And so I think that the main characters should be mostly human. It's okay to have an alien.
Humanist.
Yes, I am. Absolutely. Because I think that think about it. What kid is going to want to be like any of these guys?
I mean, I wanted to be like Worf.
No, I'm talking about these guys.
I know, but what I'm saying is I identified with the black guy on the show. It was either Geordi or Worf. I had to go with one of the two.
Well, I understand that, but you know what? Hey, first of all, you had a choice. That's amazing.
True story.
But
also I think, like,
and then you got Cisco. Come on.
Well, and I think the only two that are interesting, truthfully, let's be honest, are Dal and Gwen. Right. And that's obvious. That's for obvious. They're the most humanoid of the characters. The other characters are plushy toy sales. They're not anybody you want to be. Like, I don't want to be Rock Talk. I don't.
Right, but Dal is a self-centered narcissist jerk, and Gwen,
but he's also got a really cool backstory, and
he does. Mysterious. But I think and this season they have softened him a bit.
Yes.
And so I will give him that. Right. But I mean, look, I get what you're saying, because I will tell you, back in my day, you were definitely hard pressed to find a black character prominent in a show that didn't have Star and Trek in the name of it.
Right on, absolutely. Absolutely.
But that being said, that doesn't mean us white guys don't still want to have white guy characters that are good characters. Not every white guy has to be a throwaway character. So,
I agree with that.
And that's my problem with modern shows, is that it's like, now it's like white guys have to either be evil, incompetent, or background. And I really don't appreciate that. And granted, not every show does this as bad as like The Last Jedi, but
Don't worry, I muted him.
Okay. Did you really?
He really did. Yeah.
Mr. Know-It-All, you just earned a brownie point. Well, is that racist to say that?
No.
It's not like a brown nose.
If I said you earned a whitey point, that would definitely be racist. But wouldn't that be the opposite of a brownie, a whitey?
Stanley says something really. I agree. I do agree with this. Nerd Fight starts, and Start needs to be a group show.
Oh yeah, the Michael Burnham thing. That was the problem.
Even though I can now understand it and watch it and I get it, I prefer Strange New Worlds. I prefer this. Right. I prefer anything that has an ensemble group, because that's kind of what it's about.
Well,
I hated the Discovery. I couldn't identify with anybody. Like when I learned someoe's name, I was like, "Do you have a name?"
Yeah.
And by the time we learned it, they were
season one,
gone.
you didn't know anybody's name.
No one.
Except for Michael and Lorca. And of course, Lorca turned out to be an evil Nazi from another dimension.
Oh, it's fun, but he wasn't, funny enough. Yeah. He was the rational one. I'm like, was ours a psycho? Is that why it was reversed?
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Not the show we're talking about, but go on.
Well, my favorite thing was that they actually made it to where, they were trying to kill Lady Hitler, who is now the hero of Section 31. But they're trying to kill Lady Hitler, and his problem with her was that she wasn't racist enough. She was literally eating people.
Oh, jeez.
And she wasn't racist enough.
That was awesome, by the way.
No, eating the Kelpians?
Totally. I was like, I was not expecting that. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, wow. That was. I love that Michael had to actually eat that. That was like, could you imagine if you sat down and they said pick one, and you were like, okay, I don't know why I'm picking this, but that one looks like my good friend, that one, and then you find out that they just filleted them and they're serving it to you.
Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah. So we actually made some progress while you were gone, Danny. We're
I
almost
know.
done.
I was listening. Every time I walk away, I throw it on the phone,
So the end.
Chakotay, I know where to find him. The spiral. It's a map.
Dun dun dun. So
My thing
that
is this,
whole
It
episode.
took her to tell us it was a map.
Yeah.
Did you hold on a second? Did you know it was a map, sir? Did you know it was a
He's
map?
talking to you, Danny.
Oh, yes, totally.
Okay.
Come on.
Did
let's
you
get
know
out
it was a map?
Duh.
Okay, we all knew it was a map, and I liked the show. So I'm like, I remember, like, I was thinking, going,
Yeah.
dude, it's totally a map. Why
Yeah.
are we
And the thing is, there's 20 episodes, so this episode could have been completely removed.
But it's filler. We got to see Jillian and learn stuff and background and things. You don't understand. I've been living in Acolyte land where you don't get any of that crap. This is wonderful. This thing is opera.
Look,
compared to Acolyte.
I will give you that compared to Acolyte, the writing of this show is, it's wonderful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
When you compare it to that crap, I'm like,
but this is not
more
the.
Jillian.
But we're not comparing this to Acolyte.
No, I know. I agree.
All right, so now we're to the
how much I love that. That was the
imposter
best.
syndrome.
The imposter syndrome, yes. So this one was actually in my probably favorite of these three.
This felt quirky enough to be like I could have seen this as a Voyager. That's the thing. The episodes that work really well in this season reminded me of Voyager episodes, not in what they were doing, but in how they were doing it.
Right, because I could see like the Doctor screwed something up with the holodeck and accidentally he was like creating holograms of the crew, but he made them too good to where they thought they were the actual crew.
Absolutely.
And meanwhile, Torres was experimenting with putting holo emitters all over the ship, and so they couldn't tell the real crew from the holographic crew, and that could all sorts of craziness could ensue. That could actually be a Voyager episode for sure.
100%. I think it was. I think it just wrote it. It's Voyager episode. If it's not, it's going to be Mandala Effect. That was an episode.
Yes, that was it. Yeah, it was. It was called I Doctor.
Spelled AYE.
Yeah,
just to be it's terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, lower decks they would all be like naked or something. I don't know.
That's awesome. All right, where are we at?
All right, so in this one, it starts out. Now, this is such a trope of streaming shows these days, where we start out with something horrific happening, and then it says 24 hours
later
ago.
or whatever. Yeah, totally.
And the funny thing is, he called it. Like
10 seconds
10
into
seconds
it,
in, he's like,
I
watch
was
this
like,
be like
oh,
3 hours prior. And then it was 24 hours ago.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Because you're like, why would they start us here unless they're about to just take us back?
Yeah, and you know, I get that you're basically because you're the problem is that your episode has a slow start. And so you're basically trying to do something exciting at the start of the episode and then and then go back to, you know, how did this happen? But it's overdone now. And so I would rather, and this is a serialized show. So I think you could just start it with them, you know, going, it's a map, and then going from there.
I'll go with that.
You know, so I just thought that it's not bad, but it's kind of overdone. So the Doctor is now in charge of the kids because that makes sense. And what is Murph even doing there?
What are you talking about? He's a security officer.
Yeah, but like, why is he just staring at a three-dimensional grid?
At a security readout of a grid? Looks like studying to me.
Yes, but how could he answer like any questions from the computer?
I love this. I should make some popcorn. I'm just gonna sit back and watch the two of you. I love this. You know, it's like.
Well, the one thing I will say about Star Trek people that makes this particular nerd fight so difficult, we know how to contrive some excuses, mofo. Yeah. We know how to make everything make sense.
Yeah. Conjugate this, buddy.
I'm on a show with the guy who has invented how time suddenly makes sense in all of Star Trek. I'm in good company.
Yes.
We're doing
that
this.
show. That show needs to happen, by the way.
I'm not even kidding.
I tell you, I think that a Daniels and Mayweather show could, and then because then you have all the episodes like bouncing back and forth between the TOS looking universe and the Enterprise-looking universe, and we kind of slowly get to learn how the divergence happened, and is there anything what do we do? We need to somehow make only one universe, and
Sure, I guess
so. Anyway,
here's another for Ariel. Hold up.
No, wait, Ariel didn't give us more money.
Careful, she will now.
I'm just giving her a free bonus.
Well, yeah, no, you don't get. She doesn't get free bonuses.
Oh,
I'm a greedy MFer.
I muted him again.
Yeah, that is so awesome. Thank you so much.
I
You've
didn't know
got
you
your
could do
finger
that.
on the button.
I didn't know we could do that. Unmute yourself.
Yes.
I was totally. I'm like, oh, do I mute? I'll do it. You do it.
No, he can do it. He just.
Okay, you can do it.
I was waiting for the pop-up. Yeah.
Oh, copy.
Oh, so you didn't hear that? I was telling Ariel.
No, she heard nothing.
If you give him enough money, I'll run downstairs, make some popcorn, and do the ASMR. But let's not. We're already driving nuts. And he doesn't need any more money.
That's right.
But I do. The donation link is in my.
Danny.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you're not. Stop it.
Totally kidding.
I love it. I love it so much.
Anyway. So
where were we?
However, if you do want to support Mr. Know-It-All, I received a letter that said that he deserves at least 10% of
the link at Salty Trekker, is it?
Yeah. Just go to my links. I promise you,
it'll absolutely get here.
SupportSalty.com. That's a real URL. SupportSalty.com.
I love it so much.
So so they get this brilliant idea to make hollow duplicates of themselves, so that they can hijack the Infinity when they're going to destroy the ship.
And why? Because Jellicoe and the Starfleet have decided to blow up because it's too much screwing something up.
Right.
What actually has already happened.
Which again, in kind of Star Wars fashion, we're making Starfleet evil.
But the thing is, remember, they're hip deep in the evacuation process right now. So
but you know what? They're literally doing a cover up, and Janeway is totally cool with it.
She's just taking a page out of Master Yoda's book, y'all.
I know. I mean, we need to have Yoda on the bridge.
A little pull down to Yoda's ears.
Yeah.
Dude, it's traumatic.
Yoda.
Oh, jeez. Ariel.
Oh, man, I got to do it now. Okay. Takes about 2.5 minutes to nuke the popcorn.
We'll be done with this episode by then.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, man, this is for your gas fund.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Right. So thank you, Ariel. I do truly appreciate it. But, Ariel, I don't know what your situation is right now, so if you can't afford to donate, don't. No refunds, but don't donate anymore if you can't afford to. I don't want you to put yourself in a bad spot. And just so you know, Mr. Know-It-All, when I'm controlling the scrubber like this, I have it in such a way that I can't see the chat. So if something cool comes up in the chat,
okay. Ben I1 says, and here even Trek Culture pointed out something stupid. Why does Janeway wait patiently while they're all like, hold on, I'm not ready?
Yeah, that made no sense. Janeway would have done the override immediately.
To be fair, she isn't exactly the most consistently written character in Voyager.
She was never consistently written.
Okay, because everything from we must uphold the ideals and the Prime Directive to
F the Prime Directive.
We're all here, baby. Let's go. Ain't nobody gonna find out. What happens in the Delta Quadrant stays in the Delta Quadrant.
Yeah, until she runs into another starship, and then she's going to literally put the guy in prison because he violated the Prime Directive.
True that, for sure.
So, And remember when Janeway was going to, she's like, oh, yes, because of the Prime Directive, we're going to let this entire society die. But wait, no, we're not, because we were involved, so we're going to save them,
I don't know. I have very little respect for the Prime Directive at this point because no other captain that I love has ever really cared. So let's just...
I will tell you, and you want to talk about, conjugating some Star Trek here.
Sure.
Captain Kirk never violated the Prime Directive. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
I gotta look that up.
No, people say he did, but
Captain Kirk No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. He actually did. Yeah. Well, actually.
Totally. No, but go on.
All right, so they're trying to figure out how to steal the Infinity, and they come up with the duplicate clones thing, or duplicate hologram thing. Problem is that they make the holograms so good that the holograms think that they're the original crew, and so both sets of Prodigy group are trying to capture the other one in order to trap them in the holodeck so that they can go steal the other ship. And excuse me. Let's see. Excuse me. Let's see. Yes, Stan. First of all, Captain Kirk telling Edith Keeler about a poem from 100 years from now does not violate the Prime Directive. Because, for one thing, the Prime Directive doesn't apply to humans.
It violates the temporal Prime Directive,
which was a retcon. So you can't hold that against him.
He's Kirk. Come on.
And Kirk never revealed anything about the Federation or anything like that. As far as she knew, he was kidding.
As they proved on DS9, even the officers at Temporal, whatever the heck, are like, oh, it's kind of cool. Yeah, I totally would have seen Kirk too. Yeah. Trust me, they all know Kirk's awesome.
All right. So anyway, so they're all trying to capture each other, and I actually came up with what I think would have been a better solution than what they did.
Oh yeah, what'd you got?
Yes, because I said this before they actually revealed their solution.
Okay.
So I did figure that they were going to eventually figure out that they all need to just get together and figure out who's who.
Sure.
And so I figured this is what they do. They already established that both Zeros can read the minds of their group, but not the other group. Okay. Right. So they all go to the holodeck. They have the two Zeros read the minds of everybody so they can separate into the two groups, right? So now we know Group A is on one side of the holodeck, Group B is on the other side. So then one of the Zeros goes out into the corridor and attempts to read the mind of the first person that walks by. If he can't do it, then he's the hologram.
Interesting. You're absolutely correct. That math checks out.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's how I would have written the episode.
But it's not near. That would have been one page.
No, it wouldn't have, because you still had the zany antics of them chasing each other down and all that.
Scooby-Doo running through the doors stuff.
Right, you could still have that. It's just like all of a sudden, like you keep having zany antics around the ship, because that's the fun part, right? Is the zany antics, and this episode is a fun episode. So
I made Ariel upset. What'd I do?
What did I do? Ariel, did Mr. Know-It-All offend you in some way? Because now I'm going to be in a conundrum, because a woman and a black guy, I don't know which. I'm going to get letters no matter what I do. So
sorry. I know you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Where's Danny? Is he back yet? Oh, where's my PayPal? I don't have one. I'm sorry. You have no clue how many people ask that kind of thing.
So Mr. Know-It-All is insanely rich, guys.
No, I'm not. I never thought past just doing the thing. I was like, oh my God, people like me. I had no clue that was going to happen.
However, subscribe to his channel, because eventually he'll set that stuff up. And yeah. And assuming he's not a complete jerk and stabs us in the back, we'll keep doing this too.
Anti-Ranger Donnie, hola.
And actually, one thing we were talking about doing whenever Danny gets the website up will be to have donation links for everybody on it.
Oh, sweet deal.
Yeah. But Danny needs to get the website up.
This is for Ariel.
I say we just keep going anyway.
Yeah, so Danny will just be crunching for the rest of the episode.
All right, I can do that.
Yeah,
I can do
that. Yeah, you keep on entertaining Ariel. All right, so this is going to be the most bizarre episode of
I will say this. After having gone through everything, I do think at the very end of this, what happens, that I felt was a little over the top. But I guess they needed a ticking time bomb to make sure eventually they discover that there's something. Wow, that is so distracting.
Come on, you can do it. Power through it, man. Power through it.
So hard. I'm like,
you're gonna make him choke on popcorn.
You
now.
broke me, man. You got to ignore me, or you're gonna make me choke to death.
But yeah, so at the very last moment, they I don't know if you don't have to play it, but she's like, "Are you sure you got everything right?" But there was that brief hiccup, and it confused all their personality types.
Yeah.
So you have Rock Talk acting like.
Well, you have to have some reason that they figure it out.
Yeah. No.
You know.
Yes. And you got to have the timer so they're going to find out at some point.
You're right, but I think it would have been better to just have like one of them other than Gwen flicker.
Oh, come on. It's not that good.
Yeah, you don't need to grunt, Danny.
He's literally sounding like he's one of those pigs who's like.
Well, he is a gopher, so you know.
It is actually. It's funny, Ariel. It is the extra butter. How'd you know?
Danny, please don't grunt like that.
I think that Aravik Sonder is quite brilliant and should be listened to. I do indeed have a good recap and review.
I gotta take a break. Y'all are gonna make me choke to death. I can't stop laughing.
Man, this is the most off the rails we've ever been.
Yeah, but I think I've raised you enough money to make up for it.
I'll give you that. And the funny thing is, our number keeps going up as far as people watch it. So. Danny, just keep on going, buddy. You can power through it. Come on, shove that stuff in your mouth.
All of us are plowing through, man. Let's go.
So,
let me get a drink real quick. All right, go ahead.
So, I think that because. I assume you would agree. The fun part is the hijinks, right?
Yes,
As they're trying to catch each other.
Right.
So I would stretch that part out a bit. I would use my solution instead of theirs because.
Oh, mom, don't ask that right now. I'm trying to raise money for the show. Okay.
So if you had, since the doctor flickered out. Which, by the way, the doctor shouldn't flicker out because he has this mobile emitter that should prevent that from happening. But,
right, or at the very least, it should kick in like you should see a quick stutter.
Yeah.
Like just a bit, like it automatically goes. He's
right. Now, I do think it was funny when the one Tellarite was in the holodeck and it disappeared.
Yes.
And that was kind of funny. But
no relaxation time for him.
Yes. But instead of doing the reboot of the entire holographic grid, which I'm sorry, are you telling me that nobody would notice that someone was tampering with the system at that point?
Well, apparently these kids are that good.
Yeah.
That's why they're only hopeful.
Yeah.
All I know is this: I am trying so hard.
I'm watching you, and it's making me crack the fuck up over here. Or I'm sorry.
Yeah, just like, can we just keep going, plow through.
Yeah, you do it, Daddy. So yeah, if they had just we condensed the beginning part a little bit to where basically what I would do is start with them talking about the holographic doubles and how they're going to use them to fill in for them while they take the ship. And that way you don't have to have the big reveal that the ship's going to be destroyed. That can be done in one line of dialogue and exposition in the opening scene.
Agreed.
So they could have said, since they're going to destroy the ship to help, keep things under wraps about all this, we need to get a hold of that ship, and here's how we're going to do it. And so you just basically condense the first 10 minutes of this episode down to like 1 or 2 minutes.
Agreed.
And then you have 15 minutes of zany antics of the real kids in Holodeck. It's like sometimes they successfully capture someone, but then they escape, but then they do something, just craziness all around the ship. People trying to figure out what the heck is going on because people are saying, say Janeway's like, Doll, what's going on? Oh, nothing. I'm just here in cetacean ops. And then Doll walks onto the bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
And stuff like that.
That would be brilliant. That actually feels like that could have been Next Gen or something along those lines.
Right.
Like I get it. That makes sense.
Right. So then they get the idea that I was talking about having Zero read the minds, and that would actually, I think, teach kids a little bit about critical thinking and logic and stuff like that, because that's more.
I was waiting to see how long it took him to realize I had muted him.
And so it gets the kids into some critical thinking and logic because they're trying to figure out a solution.
You're still trying to get the kids into this.
This is a kid's show,
bro.
No. Look, I know you're not as old as I am, but when I was young, every kid's show had to have an educational component.
No, I remember.
And I agree with that. I actually agree with the idea that a show targeted kids, especially a science fiction show.
Can somebody please make this stop?
Should feel at least somewhat educational. $21 from Yorktown.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh man. How much of it did you get through, Danny?
About half.
Oh. Nicely done, sir. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of effort.
Ariel, if you don't need a cigarette now, I don't know what's going to help you.
Oh, well, don't worry. No, you missed it. There was a whole message where she said she's going to save this to rewatch later. What is going on?
If you can't say I'm not committed to the show anymore.
No, man, that's real.
Well, you should have put some Tabasco sauce on there.
Oh man,
little Haktua.
Now let Ariel do that when she moves to Nevada.
We're not relevant. Okay, we keep it real here.
Oh yeah, how about we?
You brought the millennial to try to make this whole thing somehow appeal to Gen Z.
All right, so
there was two heavy sighs, and I don't know if they were both. Like, you guys don't know. You just did that in stereo.
Yeah, I think Danny's was for his food. Mine was for the Gen Z reference.
Yeah, man.
I loved it so much. You guys.
All right, so they're all trying to catch each other, zany antics for a couple of minutes, and then you have the big Mexican standoff that they can't call a Mexican standoff because that would be racist.
I love this guy. Thank you. 47 Yorktown. Thank you.
And as they're all standing there looking at each other, scratching each other's butts.
Oh man, I got popcorn in my pop filter. Hold up.
Well, isn't that what pop filters are for?
I didn't think so. But anyway.
I need to make sure I'm just I'm making a list of things I clearly need to queue up for us in the future. I have a lot of sound effects I'm adding, and anything along those lines again has to have some like wow, chicka, wow, wow.
Yeah, we need some good royalty-free '70s porn music. All right, so then the Rocks come up with the idea of rebooting the system in order to figure out who's the holodecks, and like I even would leave that line where Rock comes up with that idea, but then have someone like Zero say, "Well, but if we reboot the entire holographic system, won't that take the Doctor offline and alert people to something going on?" And so then you get the idea of, well, wait a minute, you're a telepath. How about we do, or and you know what they could do, to further. Your Chewbacca's making you cameo on the show. But what you do is you say, but we can't leave the holodeck because someone's going to find us, and then you have Zero go, I know someone that can help, and you bring in the Vulcan chick. And remember, she specifically said, Michelle specifically said that her telepathic powers are increased when she's around Zero. So
man, I thought it was only the meat sweats. I didn't know you could get popcorn sweats. That's crazy.
Well, dude, you were literally inhaling this stuff.
Okay, you get at the Dork Knight sweats. So let's be real.
Right. Oh God.
And Ben, we already talked about the fact the Doctor's on the mobile emitter, but writing is writing. Maybe he took it off while he's in sick bay or something. I mean, but I'm just saying that way they could actually have a reason to involve the Vulcan chick a little bit more. And then since she actually knows what's going on, this scene makes a little more sense, where she distracts the Doctor.
What a well composed image.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's just like a little too perfect. Like it looks like a production still, not
it really does. Yeah,
animation. Like this doesn't look real
for somebody that doesn't like Tellarites.
That's
yeah, right.
He's fine. Look, you can see his ear. You're good.
Salty Trekker doesn't like this shot.
I can see that.
And so then they say, okay, we're launching the ship in to be destroyed, and they beam over, and
they cloak it and fly away.
And by the way, apparently Voyager's sensors have the most limited range of any starship in history.
They're right next to a sun or a star. It's not like, I mean, they could be interfering.
In the original series, the Constitution class Enterprise,
which this is not.
Yeah, this is, 150 years more advanced.
Okay, just saying.
And the Spock was able to scan an entire solar system from another solar system and determine that all life had been extinguished.
Well, maybe he was wrong. I'm kidding.
He wasn't, though.
I know. But no, he was not. No,
yeah. So no, I'm sorry. The fact that they're near a star, unless
they were like on top of the star in the old Star Trek episode. That's the thing. They're like right here at it. That's not on a view screen. That's through the window. Like they're right next to it.
That's not that close.
That's got to wreak some kind of hell on their sensors.
It's a freaking blue giant. They're not that close.
Well, when was the last time you tried to communicate with someone near a blue giant?
I don't have 25th century tech.
That's right. I'm kidding.
But they do. Yeah.
That's right.
And you know what? Okay, let's go 24th century tech. The Enterprise D was in the corona of a star and able to scan the Borg ship that was a safe distance away.
Speaking of D, Ariel, I agree with you. Radiation couldn't cause a problem?
Whoa.
Why are you listening to us on your phone?
That was when I was downstairs, and I forgot to close it. Yeah.
That was weird.
It was. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, so...
I had to listen to you say the same thing 2 times in a row. It's like a nightmare.
Because that's how good it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so they successfully steal the ship, and everybody's happy, and they hug the.
So can we talk about that for a second? How sci-fi shows continue to behave as if making it at the last minute is either any more like stressful a thing because it's not.
Yeah, because everything always stops at 1 second.
Yeah, we all know they're going to make it, and exactly everything stops at like there's no genuine stakes involved when it comes to that. So having them be like, "What do you mean you don't know?" Oh my god! It's like, really? Are you all
Ariel,
dying today?
The episode in question is Descent Part 2. Yes, I know of which I speak.
I believe you.
So I'm the salty Trekker, not the a name like Know-It-All or something that's a ripoff of Batman.
I actually ripped this off from Kevin Smith's Mallrats movie.
Right, I know that makes it even worse.
I just added the.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Nice.
The Fast and the Curious, the first episode officially about bisexuality.
This is 100%.
No, it's not. This is all about family.
Family. This is 100%. This is an absolute send up of Voyager. This is a Voyager episode through and through.
All right, so
they did side quests all the time, and it always infuriated me.
Yeah, and this infuriated me because this episode is completely unnecessary.
No, stop
it absolutely is. The only thing is Zero got broken, which is obviously going to be a thing for the next episode. But Zero got broken. That's the episode. Because here's what happens. They're on the ship. They decide they're going to take a Borg shortcut because now the Borg transwarp conduits suddenly have giant gateways floating around.
Be fair. This was also the killer AI episode. And we always get a killer AI episode.
Yes, but...
Trek.
Hey, didn't I say that on the watch along? Go to
supportsalty.com.
There's some things that you're like, oh, that's I get it.
And then they get they get trapped by the Kazon. Oh, look, it's the lamest enemy of all of Trek.
the most discount Klingons ever.
Right? I love it.
Bargain
Discount
bin
Klingon.
dollar store Klingons.
Yes.
This is their version of them.
Yeah, so the Kazon, and what does he want? He wants them to do some illegal street racing in TIE fighters.
Because of course.
Yeah, and so they do their illegal street race, and then we find out that there's an evil AI behind the whole thing. Yes, I'm going very fast because we're out of time. And
we got 20 minutes. Look at the timer in our
Not if you keep
no, we have
eating.
4 minutes. What are you talking about?
No, we started late. Look at the
Yeah, but that doesn't
timer
mean
on
we
our
get
show.
to end. Dude, in 2 hours and 4 minutes, I'm leaving for South Carolina. I don't get to run late tonight.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then let's hurry.
Yeah.
Let's hurry then. My bad.
So then the evil AI
Wasn't this a fun time though?
I was in control all along.
Wasn't this a fun time though? Salty.
I think
This episode?
No, us.
The
This
less
our
time we
episode.
Yeah. This was fun.
I think the fun we had. Is
This
the
was
friends
more
we
fun
made
than this
along the way.
episode. That's for sure.
All right, that's what it boils down to. The fun we had is the friends you made along the way.
Exactly.
I think isn't that what they said in this episode? Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
No, and you get what's her face discovering.
We find out that tentacle monsters are trying to eat.
I will give it
Gwen for some reason.
I will give it this, and those tentacle monsters are just for you, Ariel. That shot you
let
had
me
it on a
find that
second
shot
ago.
for Ariel. I forgot. We got to turn her on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ariel has a tentacle thing. Let's see.
I mean, who doesn't?
Well,
It is Michelle.
I don't.
May I?
All right, you ready for this, Ariel? I hope you're ready for this.
This is for you,
I'm risking a
Ariel.
copyright strike just for you. And of course, then you put tentacles over that so she won't be able to see them.
I know. I moved it real quick. It was.
So time suddenly freezes. Which, there they are. Oh, look at the tentacles. Dun dun dun.
Dun 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 dun.
Wrong show.
Still,
That's the good Star Trek show.
But the harder to stop it. Jeez.
So, of these 3 episodes, the imposter one was my favorite. Even though I did a massive rewrite of it, it was my favorite of the 3. I thought it felt the most like a fun Star Trek episode.
Agreed.
You trying to kill me? You're trying to kill me.
Have some popcorn, Danny.
Yeah, well, for a private $100 donation, I'll eat it with my shirt off.
Dude.
Yeah.
You can go to onlyfans.com/Dork Knight.
Although there he goes by Knight of Dork.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
Now I got to make one of those. Does it cost anything to make? Does it cost anything to make an OnlyFans?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You said that like you knew. I don't.
Yeah.
It's not just.
I was thinking, you know what would be really fun would be to create an OnlyFans page and like just upload these shows, but with porn music playing. Just to not even change anything. Just
funny.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Fights. All right, so Know It All has. So I guess Know It All does have an OnlyFans page.
This is the end, right? Of the.
I think you're. I think you're getting to. I think that when you deal with the Know It All OnlyFans, it's actually you're going to find it's Bo DeMeo, who is the head writer of X-Men '97. I know we look alike completely.
Yeah, you guys look just like each other.
When I first saw you, I was like, oh wow, is that? Bo?
I mean, you know what? You look just like if Murph had swallowed him.
Totally.
That's
Hang on. Close your eyes. Tell me if you hear it. Ready? That's right.
Bonagan Bantapudu.
That's right. There you go.
So it's the mighty Chewbacca. I did the English version. I can't.
You're the worst.
Kanji droid.
Didn't take much.
Yeah.
No, you guys are good.
So, all right. So there we go. That's
So what time? When are you